Most horror movies feel fake. Like there's no way that could ever happen in real life. But what if I told you this story is something someone actually lived through, and barely survived? This is a story about 4 college freshmen. Let's call them Jake, Ryan, Matt, and Chris. They had just moved from a small town into a suburban area near their college somewhere outside Phoenix, Arizona. Like most college guys, they didn't want to stay in a dorm forever. They wanted freedom. Their own place. No rules. But finding a rental as 4 young guys? Yeah. Not easy. After weeks of searching, they finally found an apartment. Too easily. The landlord barely asked questions. Didn't check references. Didn't even seem interested. That should have been their first warning. The place looked normal. A small apartment complex with a main gate. Parking downstairs. 3 units on each floor. Their unit had a living room, a kitchen with a balcony, 2 bedrooms, 1 shared bathroom, 1 attached bathroom inside a bedroom. Chris, the clean freak of the group, immediately claimed the bedroom with the attached bathroom. He even paid extra for it. That detail matters. The guys split up to buy essentials. Matt and Ryan went shopping. Jake went to grab drinks. Chris stayed back alone, cleaning the apartment. And he was serious about cleaning. Headphones on. Music blasting. He was completely in his own world. That's when he heard it. Thud. 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 He paused. Took off his headphones. Went to the front door. Opened it. No one. He shrugged it off. Put his headphones back on. Then again. Thud. 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 This time louder. He rushed to the door again. Opened it. Still no one. Now slightly annoyed, he left the door open and went back inside. That's when it happened again. But this time, it wasn't coming from the front door. It was coming from his bedroom. Someone, or something, was knocking from inside his room. Chris didn't panic immediately. He thought it was his friends messing with him. So he left and said something like, "Come on, man. If you're trying to scare me, at least show yourself." And then, the bedroom door burst open. Not slowly. Not creaking. It slammed open so hard it bounced back and forth on its hinges. Chris froze. Then suddenly, slam. The main door behind him shut on its own. Now he ran. He sprinted to the front door. Tried to open it. It wouldn't move. It felt like someone was holding it shut from the outside. His hands started shaking. He looked through the small gap in the door. No one. But behind him, he heard it. A faint sound. Anklet bells. Soft. Slow. Footsteps. Like someone walking gently across the room. He slowly turned. Walked toward his bedroom. Heart racing. "Who's there?" he shouted. No answer. He stepped inside. Nothing. No one. Just the ceiling fan spinning slowly, making a faint clicking noise. The window in the room was slightly open. Wind rushing in. He tried to shut it. It wouldn't close. Later, they would remember. The landlord had warned them, don't try to shut that window. When his friends finally came back, Chris was shaken. But they laughed it off. They admitted they had locked the main door from outside as a prank. But when Chris described everything else, they denied it. None of them had been inside. That night, Chris didn't feel safe. Around midnight, Chris woke up suddenly. He felt it. That feeling. Like someone was sitting right next to him. He slowly opened his eyes. No one. But the bathroom light was on. And he could hear water running. Like someone filling a bucket. Then he saw it. Through the small gap under the bathroom door. A shadow. Someone was inside. Chris got angry. He thought his friends were messing with him again. He went to check their room. All 3 of them were asleep. His heartbeat dropped. He turned slowly. Back toward his room. From the hallway, he could clearly see the bathroom door. And the shadow. Standing still. Waiting. The next day, Chris had a high fever. His friends went to college, leaving him behind to rest. They didn't realize. They had locked him inside. Alone. Even in broad daylight. It didn't stop. He heard running footsteps. From the hall. To the kitchen. To his room. Doors banging. Something hitting walls. Someone knocking on the bathroom door. He called his friends over and over. No answer. Then, he heard a woman screaming. From inside the bathroom. That's when he couldn't take it anymore. He took medication, laid down, and tried to sleep. At some point, the ceiling fan stopped. The room became silent. Too silent. He started sweating. He opened his eyes and saw it. Right in front of him. A woman. Hanging from the ceiling. Her eyes wide open. Staring directly at him. Not moving. Not blinking. Just watching. Chris screamed. Ran. Didn't think. Didn't stop. He jumped off the balcony. He survived. Barely. He was found unconscious and slipped into a coma. His friends had no idea what really happened. They assumed it was an accident. Until later. A local woman told them the story. A few years earlier, a college girl had lived in that same room. After her boyfriend died in a drunk driving accident, she couldn't handle it. She took her own life. In that exact bedroom. The one Chris chose. The boys moved out immediately. No questions. No arguments. Just left. Chris recovered. But he never came back. Not to the apartment. Not to his friends. He eventually moved overseas. And never spoke about that night again. Some places don't just hold memories. They hold people who never really left.